Um, Hello everyone, welcome to this Friday of our podcast. Have you ever had moments like this, feeling overwhelmed by academic pressure, waiting to talk to someone but not knowing who to turn to, or feeling down late at night, scrolling through your contact, but lacking the courage to make a call? Well, you are not alone. Many students on campus are facing similar mental health stressors. Today, we are focusing on the super important topic of campus mental health support. On one side, more and more students are in need of technologies help. On the others, we are stuck with the reality of instant results and daily response. Next, my teammate will take you through the core of the issue from three perspectives: current stance, places, situation, and future impact, and share super practical idea to address it. First up, let's welcome member 1 to hit a string on the pinpoint and show us just how urgent the demand for campus mental health service is right now. After that, member 2 will bring targeted placing decisions. Member 4 will back up our will with solid data, and finally, member 7 will take us to imagine two different future scenarios. Now, without further ado, let's pass the mic to member 1. Let's dive into today's in-depth discussion together. That's all for today's podcast. After listening to
today, let's talk about the mental health problems. Students face more stress from school, the internet, and future worries. But mental health counselors are in short span. Only 30% university meet the 1,4,000 counselor-student ratio, with a national shortage of over 500,000, 4 times reals. The course long wait and mysterious course. Schools should hire more counselors with better pay and enable course school sharing. Viewpoint 2. The WHO says 1 in 7 10 to 19 years old globally have mental health issues, with 3.5% 15 to 19 years old depressed. In China, 24.6% of teens, over 30 million, have depression per NHC. Currently, policy lack clear accountability, slowly implementation. Reference should use global and national data and set school target. For example, counselor members' response time backed by funding and supervision. Viewpoint 3. Campus mental health service and community support. Only 20% of Chinese communities have such services now, but 10 demand might rise 50% by 2025. School and communities should work together. communities handle mind courses, school focus on severe ones. Communities workers can also give parent classes to ensure study support.
Good morning, teachers and fellow students. Today, I would like to talk about the importance of mental health support in university. Okay. With increasing academic pressure and competition, more university students are facing mental health problems. Therefore, I believe that the government and the universities should work together to improve the system. More funding should be given and enough counselors should be provided for students. Mental health services should also be offered in different languages to meet the needs of all students. In addition, a 24-hour campus mental health hotline should be set up so students can get help at any time, especially international students and those in remote areas. Universities should also build an early in identification system to find mental health risks through screening, staff training, and data monitoring. Early prevention can create a safer and more graceful campus. Thank you.
Now, I want everyone listening to imagine two very different futures for our campus. First, the future if our mental health policy is implemented. Picture a student who feels overwhelmed at 1 a.m. before an exam, breathing fast and panicking alone in a dorm room. In the past, there was no help at the hour, but now our campus provides a 24/7 mental health hotline. Someone trained, calm, and professional answers immediately. They talk the student through their anxiety, help them slow down, and prevent the situation from turning into a crisis. The next day, that same student books a counseling appointment, not in 3 weeks, not next month, but within a few days, because our university finally has more counselors and shorter waiting lists. And before problems grow worse, our early identification systems both change in academic performance or attendance, allowing staff to reach out before a student collapses under pressure. In this future, students are not alone. Support is fast, accessible, and human. And now, imagine the opposite future, the one we face if nothing changes. Waiting lists stay long. Students who finally decide to seek help are told, "Sorry, not slow, come back later." By the time help is available, motivation is gone. Grades drop, anxiety quietly becomes depression. Some students lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, feeling helpless because there is no one to call after office hours. No screaming means worrying signs are missed. Emotional isolation grows, small problems turn into dangerous ones. These are two paths. One leads to quick intervention, emotional safety, and a healthy campus. The other leads to delayed decline and preventable harm.
Dear teachers and classmates, hello everyone. When we worked on our group project, we found that literature isn't just books or papers. It's what makes our work strong and easy to believe. First, literature gives us true facts about the problem. We didn't just guess that students has mental health problems. We used the information from WHO, China's Health Commission, and other studies. For example, we learned that 1 out of 7 teens around the world have mental health illness, and 24.6% of Chinese teens feel depressed. The facts show our project isn't a redone. It's about a real problem that needs to be fixed. Then, literature makes our project credible. When we show our work, teachers and classmates will ask, "How do you know this works?" We can see, "We found it in this study." All this information comes from a trusted group. Literature turns our ideas into serious success with good support. In short, literature is the base of our group project. It helps us understand the problem, find ways to solve it, and make our work trust. Without it, our project would be weak and hard to believe. Let's value literature and make our group work as good as possible. Okay, thank you.
Mental health issue among university students have become increasingly common in recent years. Academic pressure, social expectation, and university about future careers place have physiological stress on young people. Also, awareness for mental health improved. Many universities still struggle to provide sufficient support for students who need help. One major challenge is the shortage of campus mental health professionals. In many institutions, students face long waiting time before they can see a counselor, which may cause stress and accident to worsen, increasing the number of training the counselor and ensuring a responsible counselor to students would significantly improve service accessibility and allow early intervention for students at risk. Another important reform is the establishment of 24/7 mental health support hotline. Emotional distress does not only occur during office hours, and a student often experience acting for hours late at night. Around-the-clock hotline support by professional staff and online platform can provide immediate assistance and reduce barriers to seeking help. In addition, universities should implement early identification system to detect mental health risk at an early stage. Mental health screening, staff training, and maintaining sudden changes in academic performance or attendance can help prevent problems from becoming serious. Overall, improving campus mental health service is not only a health issue but also an educational responsibility. By investing in counselor hotlines and early identification system, university can create safer, healthier, and more supportive learning environment that benefit both students' well-being and academic success.
Let's imagine the same student in two different situations. First, nothing changes. Just wakes up feeling stressed. Struggle to focus in class and keep delaying getting help because the waiting list is too long. Over time, the stress builds up and they feel more isolated and overwhelmed. Now, in manage is different situation. This student knows where to go for help. Counseling is accessible. Support is available at any time, and they feel understood rather than judged. Their stress doesn't disappear, but it becomes manageable. The difference between these two futures is not effort or motivation, is access to sport.
Hello everyone, this is the summary of this framework. Student mental health has long required attention, so we propose reform like resource supplementation and data-driven policy. Driving on Malaysia policy with Jia University measure including optimized call center student ratio and 24/7 hotlines. Family will also outline scenarios of adopt and ignore recommendations to highlight the importance of addressing the issues and advocate for action. We hope student mental health issues will be resolved soon, ensuring them sound psychological well-being.
That's all for today's podcast. After listening to Shane, I believe you can feel it compass. Mental health in sport is never too trivial matter a guarantee for every student grow. From the pain point of super demand in imbalance to the places expression in China and Malaysia and the joint effort of school family families and communities improving service requires resource stamps and everyone attention on more consider 24/7 hitting line or an early screen steam on can bring light to students in trouble. May every campus become a warm harbor for the soul in the future, and every student can get timely help when needed. Thanks for listening, and to all partners for sharing. See you next time.